Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. You know, last time we did a video, I forgot to mention we're having a pretty rough time waiting for things and getting them in a timely manner. Big whoop. Next thing is, if in fact you're already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. And if you're not, by all means, please do. And when you do, please tap on the notification bell so you'll be notified with an audible sound. All sounds are audible. With an audible sound that we have a new video up. Okay. Now, my social life has not been much lately. I mean, I interact with you folks and we don't even get to look at each other. Anyway, I was taught a long time ago that if you want something, you make a space for it. And if you make a space for it, it will show up. So, I was at Big Bear Lake on Friday, I think. On the weekend, I was up at Big Bear Lake with my buddy Fred, and we were riding around, and I saw all of these beautiful women, and I had my solo saddle on my bike. So I said, well, perhaps I should make a space for someone else, and perhaps I will meet Miss Wonderful. So, that's what we're going to do today. I've been asked a lot by a lot of people how these seats work. This one is set for my specific weight. This is a Harley Davidson Deluxe solo saddle. And there is a post that goes all the way through the frame, and it's set up with a set of progressive springs, and you adjust those springs to your specific weight. Now, I'm not going to get real far into this whole thing because we will be setting up a whole complete one of these setups on the Flathead 80 when we get to it, the project bike. So, all right, first, we have to take this pin out of here. Can you see that, Mike? There is a spring right here that holds the pin in. And we'll take the spring loose, slide the pin out. And all of that is greasy because that's what keeps it working smoothly and keeps it from wearing out prematurely. So I did crack these nuts and bolts loose so I could get them done kind of quickly. So get the main one here in the front. And then we'll get the back ones out. Now I have spacers under here to set this seat at the proper angle for me. This stuff is all adjustable. Harley Davidson stuff used to all be very adjustable. That's the way they used to do things, to make you comfortable. Of course, back in the day, now this is a 52 motorcycle, the average person was much smaller than they are today. And I'm not just talking about their weight, I'm talking overall. I think the average man was somewhere around 5'9". And now the average man is probably 6 feet tall, something like that. It's substantially different. Okay. Almost got it off. And we're going to take the bolt out of this solo saddle. And I'm going to set it somewhere. That looks like a good place. Okay, now we can see the seat bracket, which pivots on a mount right up here between the tanks. And you can see there's a Zerk fitting right there, which I lubed last week, so this is all nice and smooth. There's a Zerk fitting under here that goes to the bushing that this post goes through. I might add this thing needs a new bushing in the frame. That one's pretty worn. Not going to get it right now. And this is the spring here that holds the pin. When the pin is in here, and the spring holds it there. Now that's actually a reproduction part, but I might add it's easily as good as the original. It's a beautiful part. And I've had all those parts on here for years and years. Okay, so now we want to do, so I'm going to go over and pick up the seat. Try not to get disconnected here. And when I mount this seat, I want to mount it in the furthest back position. Again, these bikes were built when people were shorter. Nothing wrong with being short. I'm rather short myself. Okay. Let that bolt up from the bottom for this. And yes, we'll be able to go into the furthest back position. That's what I was checking for. So the easiest way to do this is to take, let's just set it on the rack here. What I want to do is take these two loose, and if you'll notice on the seat bracket, we have 3 positions. I'm going to turn this over like this. This is not hard to do, it's just hard to demonstrate. And I just dropped a washer, but I'll get it in a minute. Okay. And we'll attach this one. And here's the washer I dropped. And I'm going to attach the one on the other side in the same position as the one on this side. Okay. Now, let's see, what did I do with that big bolt I had? I don't see it. The bolt that goes in the nose up there. There's all the washers. It's not here. And I didn't set it over here. So it pretty much has to be right here, but it doesn't seem to be. There it is. Put it on the running board. All right. So this bolt here goes up through the bottom of the bracket when we put the buddy seat on. So let me get that done. There's a washer that goes on it that's cut out for that. Well, gee. If I had a hammer here, I could fix it in a second. Yeah, would you hand me a mallet or something there, Mike? Yeah, any hammer, mallet, anything like that. There we go. One of my best friends here. That way it will fit perfectly. So we'll put this in here. And we'll put the washers on. Again, a lot easier to do than it is to demonstrate. And all I need is the nut. And if I can get that nut on there, which I think I can. I have another flat washer here. And there's a lock washer. Compliments of Mr. Cameraman. And I'm going to stand up straight to do this and do it by braille. Because if I do it by braille, believe it or not, I'll do it better. In fact, I'm closing my eyes. And it's in place. Now you got the camera under there. I assume you're watching my hands. Pretty funny. But now we have attached the buddy seat. Now I will go around and tighten the bolts. And one of the things I get asked really often, and this is at shows or just about anywhere I go, people always ask me, what are those springs there for? Well, when you have a buddy seat, it mounts the same as the original solo saddle. Now I'm going to put the, well, let me tighten the one on that side too, Rick, just a little. We're going to tighten up all this stuff after we're done with the video. There's no point in wasting everybody's time. But when there's two people on this seat, that seat post is only set for one. So now that we have two people, we have more weight. Now, again, all of this stuff is adjustable. There it is. Okay. All of this stuff is adjustable. But you've got the weight of the second person all the way out here, which is quite a bit of leverage. So we have our buddy springs, or an auxiliary spring set. For your passenger. Now this bike is a Panhead, and these handles that are on here are actually for a knucklehead. but I liked them a little too well, and that's why they're on there. But there we have it. One of these days I'll have a skirt made for this thing, which will be real pretty. But for now, it's not going to be difficult to carry a passenger. So, I want to clean up the bike and go look for her. And wherever she is, I'll see her out on the road.